This podcast deals with disturbing subject matter. Listener discretion and headphones are advised.
It's time to open the door to your mind. Sit back and listen to true horror. But be careful of what you allow in. Because it's time to go through the fog.
I'm DarkHero, and this is Reflection Part 1.
I made a mistake. A fatal mistake. I just moved into an apartment in LA to pursue an acting career with barely any cash left over to make ends meet. But that isn't the mistake I was referring to. I was just settling into the new place, sitting in my empty apartment texting my dad to hopefully borrow some more money from him. I had a couple of auditions set up and a few interviews at some restaurants, so I was browsing through my old clothes. I tried on a few things, going back and forth from the bedroom to bathroom until I realized it was a little past 4 p.m., and I was running late to my first audition. So I quickly gathered my things and rushed out of the building. As I passed the building's dumpster, that's when I noticed the standing mirror. A black rectangular mirror with small legs to keep it upright. It was just one of the things I needed to spruce up my apartment. I checked the time on my phone. With the commute, I'd be extremely late anyways, so I decided to go ahead and transport the mirror up to my apartment. Luckily, it was light enough for me to move by myself. When I got it into my bedroom, I set the mirror against the wall next to my mattress and took a step back. I instantly frowned when I saw the state of my reflection. My hair was a mess, and my top was stained with something red. I was thankful for the mirror. I was able to fix myself up really quick. I got dressed into a clean shirt, these cute shorts, and I re-examined myself in the mirror. Checked out all the angles, and when satisfied with my look, I gave myself a smile. "You got this, girl. You can do it," I said to myself. I checked my appointment and saw that I was due for a job interview at a diner a few blocks down. Gave myself one more quick glance into the mirror, and saw something. It went quickly as I blinked, but I thought I saw someone peeking through the door behind me. I peered out into the hallway. Of course, there was no one around. I looked back at the mirror and thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, or perhaps stress was getting to me. I saw it again, a woman poking their head from the corner of my bed. A mess of long black hair. Their face was pale. They looked at me with wide eyes and their mouth was agape. I screamed and turned towards the bed to see nothing. A chill ran down my spine, then I jumped at the sound of my phone notifying me of the upcoming job interview. I grabbed my purse and got out as quickly as I could. I groaned a bit as I made my way to the elevator. I just moved to LA and I'm already letting stress drive me crazy. I pressed the call button for the elevator and after a few moments, the door opened. I got inside the elevator and pressed the button for the ground floor. I was the only one inside, so I propped myself up on the handrails, resting the back of my head on the mirrored wall. I closed my eyes for a moment and I heard a woman whisper. I couldn't understand it, but the words hit the back of my neck. I opened my eyes to see that the lights were flickering. The woman's whispers appeared behind me again. And when I turned around, I saw not only my horrified reflection, but a woman. The same woman I just imagined earlier. She was staring straight at me with wide eyes and her neck was crooked. She slowly lifted a hand towards me and I looked beside me to see nothing. I looked back at the mirror and her fingertips were mere inches away from my neck and my reflection. I backed up into the corner next to the control panel of the elevator. There was nothing in front of me at all, but when I looked at the mirror, I could see her creeping towards me. The elevator doors suddenly opened and I ran out, bumping into someone in my escape. I wasn't near the ground floor yet. I looked to see that I was only on the second floor. The elevator doors closed behind me and I took a few minutes to catch my breath. Was I seeing a ghost? The logical part of my brain was rejecting the thought, but my body shook as I remembered the woman's pale white face. My phone rang, and I checked it to see a text message from my dad telling me he wasn't going to send me any more money. I needed a job. I needed to get to that interview. I slapped myself back into shape, resolving that I was just tired. I took the stairs down, and when I stepped out of my apartment building, I noticed that it was raining. Just a bit. I couldn't believe my luck. Thankfully, it was a little drizzle, so I stepped on the concrete to head to my destination. I was glad to be wearing tennis shoes, and my feet splashed on the floor. I repeated my mantra in my head. You got this. You got this. Hoping to manifest enough positive energy to land this job. The street was surprisingly quiet. I suppose people were avoiding the rain. The splashing of my footsteps echoed around me, and I looked across the ground to see the lights from the street lamp shimmering out of the sidewalk. That's when my heart sank. I saw her in the reflection of one of the puddles. The woman, slowly reaching towards me.
Through the Fog is recorded and edited by Intro and outro by Katie Kemp. For more stories, go to www.throughthefog.org. We'll be back in 2 weeks, so keep your eyes on the